All right, everyone. Huge update on the Cummins Jet Boat. So it's been about, I think, 2 weeks now since I posted a video about it, and maybe even 3. And that's because we've been waiting on some parts to get machined and get made. And the first one that we finally got back is the front engine plate. So we got it back, made out of 3/8 steel. Wanted quarter, but the guy that ended up cutting it out misheard it, made it out of 3/8. So, and the most important part that we've been waiting for finally come in, the PTO, the power takeoff. And that allows us to bolt the drive shaft to the back of the crank so that can then hook to the jet drive. So we now finally have this in. This has been the key part that we've been waiting on. So now that we have it, we can move forward to build. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and bolt it on the flex plate, or set it on the flex plate, and bolt it to the back of the crank. Show y'all what that looks like. But it is machined perfectly. They nailed it on the head. So got it right here. Set it off of that for a second. When you set it up here, and you line it up in these holes, where's that? Right there. It is a tight fit, but boom, snug right in there. All of the bolt holes line up perfect. It is on point. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt it to the back of the crank and show y'all what that's gonna look like. All right, sure it's snug on here. From here, snug on back of the crank. And they machined it perfectly to line up inside of there on the crank. And then we've got it recessed here, and the 4 bolts for the drive shaft. So, and that is a tight fit on these bolts too. But everything is there. It all works. Kind of get something started to show y'all what it's going to look like. So, all right. So that's what it'll look like. And now we are just waiting on the rear engine plate to get made. I had a little mishap here. You can see the flex plate sticks out a little bit from the housing. So we're having to basically come in and put a mid plate to space the plate off, so then we can run the rear plate with a hole cut out for the drive shaft to come through. Drive shaft uses these 4 bolts, comes back. So now that we have everything in there, we can set it in the boat, get everything set right, make sure the oil pan clearance and everything's going to work. We had a general idea of what it was last time, but now that we can set it in there for good, we'll be able to make sure that everything's going to work. So now that's the next step, I would say, is working on some wiring and setting it back in the boat to make sure oil pan clearance and start working on charge air cooler. So thank y'all for watching. Sorry for keeping y'all waiting. But now that we have this stuff, progress should be moving forward exponentially. I look forward to keeping y'all up to date and hope y'all look forward to watching. See you next time.